Society comprises individuals. Social institutions, in particular family, neighborhood, and school, play an active role in training the individuals. The social institutions are the organized sources of fulfillment of the needs of the individuals that function within the limits of the prevailing principles and laws. Every institution has an assigned function, which may, however, be extended in certain circumstances. These institutions are there from ancient times and occupy a fundamental place in the development and progress of society. These institutions are not the result of somebody's efforts, but have come into being automatically for satisfaction of the needs that arise out of the circumstances under which the individuals pass their lives. In the view of H.E. Burns, a famous sociologist, social institutions are social structures and parts whereby a human society satisfies different human needs. As mentioned above, the institutions that play a significant role in the character building are family, neighborhood, and school. They are described below in detail. Family. Family is the oldest social training institution existing in every society in one form or the other. The word family is used in both narrow and broad senses. In the narrow sense, it means husband, wife, and children, while in the broader sense, it includes all the members related to one another by blood. This is a kind of group or organization that comes into being through marriage. It has two driving forces: economic needs, the desire and love for children. Family is the name of the institution that consists of a husband, a wife, and children. The family life is like a little world where the pleasant relations of a husband and wife not only make their life an example of heaven, but leave positive and desirable influences over the children. This institution not only functions to generate the race, but provides training to an individual in his early life. A child gets attached to it right from the moment of birth and acquires from here the thoughts, behavior, moral concepts, and religion, knows his culture and civilization. It is the family that is the prime source of an individual's mental development, moral guidance, and religious education. The role of the parents is most important in the family. It is they who shape the total personality of the child, therefore forbidding the children from bad things and rewarding them for good things. Teach them the difference between good and evil, whereby a child grows up to be a useful citizen. One of the reasons of the chaos and confusion among the new generation is the negligence of the parents in the upbringing of their children. Whatever the causes of this confusion, it is very important today that the parents give proper attention to their children, who not only need money but also desire true love and kind attitude. If we want to develop patriotism and national sense in our children, we will have to arrange for it during the primary training, which cannot be done better than by parents. Only then can we get patriot and country loving citizens who will be used to mutual understanding, pleasant behavior, and mutual cooperation, besides being well behaved and bearing good moral character. Neighborhood. Neighborhood is an important social institution that plays a significant role in character building. One who lives near someone's house is called a neighbor. No distinction is made among the neighbors on the basis of color, race or faith. नेबरहुड को अगर ज़रा डिटेल में समझना हो तो वो सारा कुछ जो आपके इर्द गिर्द होता है वो नेबरहुड में आएगा. जैसे आपकी प्रेयर प्लेस, मस्जिद है, मंदिर है, चर्च है, गुरुद्वारा है, या जो भी आपकी प्रेयर प्लेस है, या अगर आप किसी सिंगिंग शोज़ में जाते हैं यहाँ पे, तो वो सारे लोग जो इर्द गिर्द होते हैं, आपकी काम की जगह इसमें शामिल हो सकती है, खेल का मैदान इसमें शामिल हो सकता है, सारा कुछ जो अराउंड है वो आपके नेबरहुड में शामिल होगा. When a child reaches an age that he should go to the people other than his house, then neighborhood is the institution where he spends his time among his age mates and learns their ways. To keep the atmosphere of neighborhood pleasant, it is necessary to respect the rights of the neighbor as one would respect his own. In every religion of the world, the neighbors have been given the right of well-wishing and polite behavior. As a social institution, the management of neighborhood is as important as that of the house. In it, such arrangements are necessary whereby the qualities of collective consciousness and group organization may be developed. Through it, we can know each other and benefit from the abilities of one another. The sentiments of sympathy and love develop by sitting together. People can thus understand one another well and share their sorrows and joys. As a social institution, the neighborhood has the position where people occasionally share their meals, visit the sick, condole the dead, and congratulate each other on the happy occasions. In short, we should perform all the social duties that are necessary for mutual cooperation. Thus, a society improves and flourishes. School. School is an important social institution that functions to teach knowledge and to spread it. School has an important position in the history of nations. In the beginning, it did not function in any formal shape except that of a church, a mosque, or a temple, which were used for this purpose. Afterwards, it was organized formally. This is the place where the children are given physical and mental training. Being still raw, the children's mind accepts everything. Therefore, it will not be wrong to say elementary education has the fundamental role to play in making or marrying a nation. Keeping this in view, it is necessary to design the elementary curriculum in accordance with the national ideology and moral values so that a child may come out as a talented and patriot youth after he completes his education. School is the place for primary education that can so illuminate the minds of the pupils with the light of knowledge in a way that would polish up their ability to think. According to Professor Ross, a famous educationist, education is a process that puts to use a child's mental abilities, qualities, and hidden talents in practical life, morally, physically, and socially. A school broadens the character of a pupil so that he may use his abilities by adjusting himself with his environment. In the first stage, a child accepts the complete influence of his teachers and other related persons. In the next stage, when a youth marches forward, he comes across a rather wider brotherhood. In this stage, the child's mind contains some of the elementary influences, but he crosses out the first stage of morality and behavior. In this state, he joins an organization where there is no discrimination of color or race, rich or poor, high or low, black or white. All share the sentiments of love and meet at equal footing. Thereafter comes the turn of higher stages of education. They have their own value, but it is the primary schools that introduce the minds of the children with wide areas of knowledge. Along the duties of the educational institutions, their foremost responsibility is to increase the knowledge of the children according to their age and ability. The next responsibility is their character building, which comes under the heading of training and is very important. The third responsibility is that they should transmit from generation to generation the culture that has reached us through books. The fourth responsibility is an effort to develop among the students technical skill according to their level of understanding. It is this type of education that enables the child to grow up to shoulder his professional responsibilities in future. Thus, he can play a better and effective role in the society. How did society come into being? Society comprises of individuals. Man in olden times lived in caves and all by himself. Slowly, for a better and safer life, man developed the way of living together. Living together, they would work for one another. This style of living proved good, and slowly the families, tribes, communities, and societies came into being. What are the important social institutions? A group of individuals living together for a better and safer life is called society. There are three important social institutions: family, neighborhood, and school. The social institutions are the organized sources of fulfillment of the needs of the individuals. that function within the limits of the prevailing principles and laws. According to Burns, social institutions are social structures and parts whereby a human society satisfies different human needs. What is meant by character building? Character building is to shape the total personality of an individual. The parents do the duty of character building at first, then society and school. They forbid the child from what is bad and reward for what is good. They teach him difference between good and evil according to the measures of the society. The character building is the most important of the duties of our society, as in absence of this feature, the society will become a chaos. What is the need of family? Family is the oldest social institution in society. It has two driving forces: security and economic needs. Family is important because it provides love, support, and a framework of values to each of its members. Family members teach and serve one another and share life's joys and sorrows. Families provide opportunities for personal growth and development. Family is the most important motivational force in human life. What is the role of parents in the family? Family is the oldest social training institution existing in every society in one form or the other. It has two driving forces: economic needs and the desire and love for children. The parents look after the children, work for character building of the children. They forbid the children from what is bad and reward what is good. They teach them difference between good and evil according to the measures of the society, which helps in a good and balanced society. On what grounds can we say that the neighborhood is an important social institution? One who lives near someone's house is called a neighbor. When a child goes out of the house, learns the social dealings from the neighborhood. The sentiments of sympathy and love are developed by sitting together. As a social institution, the neighborhood provides a platform for learning and developing social associations. The neighborhood develops social relations by occasionally sharing meals, visiting the sick, condolence on deaths, and congratulating each other on happy occasions. What are the rights of neighbors? The rights of neighbors are very much important. In every religion, the neighbors have been given the right of well-wishing and polite behavior. We must occasionally share meals, visit if sick, condole on the deaths, and congratulate on happy occasions. In short, we should perform all the social duties that are necessary for mutual cooperation. What is the importance of school in history of the nations? School is an important social institution that functions to teach knowledge and to spread it. It has an important position in the history of nations. This is the place where children are given physical, mental, and technical education according to their level of understanding. The schools increase the knowledge of the children according to their age and ability. The school transmits the culture and helps in character building. How does school widen the character of students? School is an important social institution that functions to teach knowledge and to spread it. This is the place where children get a chance to interact with others in a guided situation. The children are given physical, mental, and technical education according to their level of understanding to know about themselves and about their culture. What are the duties of educational institutions? School is an important social institution that functions to teach knowledge and to spread it. The duties of a school are to give physical, mental, and technical education according to the level of understanding of children. The schools increase the knowledge of the children according to their age and ability. The school transmits the culture and helps in character building, which is foundation for a safe social living. What are the rights of offspring? Rights of offspring include their better rearing, education, and love. In case of having more than one child, equal treatment to all. Providing a proper environment where the children can grow as positive persons. Provide opportunities to learn their religion and ethical teachings. Arrangement of their livelihood after the completion of their education and appropriate arrangement for their marriage. What is meant by character building? What is the role of social institutions in it? Character building is to shape personality of an individual. The social institutions teach the child difference between good and evil according to the measures of the society. The character built according to the needs and standards of society will help improve the quality of coexistence. According to Burns, social institutions are social structures and parts whereby a human society satisfies different human needs. These institutions are family, neighborhood, and school. They guide the individual at different age levels. As a child, one learns to be a good member of society at home. In the neighborhood, learns the process of engaging in larger groups. The school does the character building in a formal way and helps the individual to relate with others in a controlled environment. What is meant by character building? How does school widen character of a student? Character building is to shape a personality of an individual. The social institutions teach the child difference between good and evil to the measure of the society. The character built according to the needs and standards of society will help improve the quality of coexistence. School is an important social institution that functions to teach knowledge and to spread it. This is the place where children get a chance to interact with others in a guided situation. The children are given physical, mental, and technical education according to their level of understanding to know about themselves and about their culture. What is the importance of school in the history of nation? How does school widen the character of student? School is the place where children are given physical, mental, and technical education according to their level of understanding. The schools increase the knowledge of the children according to their age and ability. The school transmits the culture and helps in character building. School is an important social institution that functions to teach knowledge and to spread it. This is the place where children get a chance to interact with others in a guided situation. The children are taught according to their level of understanding through lectures when practical, to know about themselves and about their culture. In the character building of individual, what institutions occupy prominent position? Elucidate it. Society is made up of individuals. Character building is the process of developing an individual according to the needs and standards of the society. The society uses all its institutions for character building of an individual. The family, neighborhood, and school are three institutions that teach the individual the required character of a society. This may be teaching through rituals, games, singing, festivals, or books. Each of the institutions play a very important role according to the age and gender of the individual.